Hello, welcome to the first episode of probably many, or maybe just one, because this might be shit. This is Sean Stones, I'm Nick Williams, and we're doing a podcast on things we like and our over-opinionated self-worth. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi there.
You were going to say something, we're talking about drug
Yeah.
legalization.
Mm.
You had an opinion.
Yeah, I said to you, is there a country that is just purely legal?
Yar.
All drugs are legal. And what has like the effect been in those countries? Has there been like, as we're led to believe, an upsurge in crime? Like everyone just becoming drug addicts?
No.
Like, what?
From what I've read, like from what I've seen, I'm not saying I'm an expert at all, but from what I've seen, I've read a few articles, I've read scientific journals and things like that from studies they've done in Portugal, especially I've read a couple in Portugal. I've not read any from Argentina, but I'd love to say that it's actually decreased addiction rates and crime, but it's definitely not increased. It's stayed exactly the same. So there's some people who have issues and have problems, or have a tendency, or a predisposition, or just like
as with alcohol.
Heroin.
As with alcohol. So.
Yeah, there's people who love drinking, look forward to a drink, enjoy a drink, and benefit emotionally, not physically, but maybe emotionally and mentally from having a drink.
Yeah.
And there are people who fucking hate drinking. But it's legal. It should be legal. Everything should be legal.
Yeah.
Just educate people. If you're taught in schools. I don't mean like these fucking bullshit assemblies you get once in your school career, where some ex-con addict's doing it just because it shortens his fucking his community service a little bit. He's like, don't just stay away from drugs. They're really bad for you. They ruined my life. And you're like, yeah, but I can't relate to that.
Yeah.
As a kid sat in a fucking school hall, I can't relate to that. I barely understand what you're fucking on about because you're jonesing for your next fix that you're gonna do behind the school in the alleyway.
Yeah.
Like, it's just no. You want to teach kids. Education needs to be broader.
So basically, if what you're saying is, if you're inclined to become an addict, you would do that anyway. Like, you're saying like
the problem lies deeper. Problem lies deeper. It's not you're born. You're not born a heroin addict. You're not born. You're not born as the type of person who's gonna use heroin. You have a shit life, and you have things in your life you want to escape from.
Yeah.
And you take heroin for the first time, uneducated, with someone who's maybe influencing you because they're already on it, or you're two dumb kids fucking buying it off your brother's mate or something like that, which is normally how it happens. And you sat there in your room and you do it. And it makes you feel the best you've ever felt, and nothing in your life can match to that. That's the problem.
So legal status is pretty much irrelevant.
Yeah, nothing affects a junkie when he wants to buy. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like
the legality of it.
Yeah, it's irrelevant.
When I buy weed, I buy weed illegally. I hang around the street and wait for a car to pull up.
Yeah.
Never worry about the police. I never think. I think, well, maybe I should smoke less weed. And I sometimes think that because...
For health reasons.
For health reasons. Because I got fucking work in the morning and I'm always fucking dopey at work and it's affecting that. It's never because I think, I could get in trouble. I could get in trouble with the law. Like that, I just never given a fuck. Like, no one does. It never comes into your thought process. It's all about what you can get from something.
Yeah.
And if you think your cons are your health and your mind and your personal cons are more than the pros, you stop doing that thing. And heroin, the pros are always fucking more than the cons because it's a powerful psychoactive drug and it makes you feel good.
Yeah, I think heroin's like the extreme end of drugs. So if you're taking heroin, you're probably just taking it, like you said, because there's something inside you that's is like an inner pain, or you're taking it to escape reality. You're not taking it to, like, it's different to, he's off. Get me one as well. Yeah, cheers man, I might try this one.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Yeah, getting back to it.
Other beers are available.
Yeah, other beers are available. I can't even, I'm not advertising.
We can't pronounce either.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be racist. I love all people. white, brown, red, yellow, blue, green. A lot of them. Where's?
Oh, it's not bad though. It's nice.
How did you do that?
Teeth.
You fucking hillbilly. You fucking dirty scab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, getting like heroin, I think is like an extreme example of it.
Yeah, but I think it's like make people's lives better. The drug is not going to affect the drug. Like the drug it exists. It exists for a reason. If something exists, there's positives and negatives of it. You got to find what the positives are and use it purely for those reasons.
Yeah.
Like marijuana, we thought, it does make people lazy. It makes me fucking lazy.
Yeah.
It makes me really lazy. It makes other people really proactive and productive and creative. But for me personally, as everyone's different, it makes me really lazy. I do nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. I'll sit here for 5 hours, like daily, 5 hours watching a YouTube channel or comedy or film, like achieving nothing. But for a lot of people, they smoke a joint and they go right and they draw an amazing picture or they get an essay done or everyone's different.
Don't you think it's just like moderation though? So if you
I think it's just
you
understanding, trying it, really listening to your heart and your mind and your thoughts and thinking. Not being like, I want to be a part of the weed culture, so I'm going to smoke. Even if I'm not feeling the benefits, I'm going to pretend to myself that I am, because I like all this weed culture, Wiz Khalifa and fucking Snoop Dogg and Doug Benson and nothing against any of those guys.
420 motherfucker.
Yeah, nothing against any of those guys. But if weed does do good things here, celebrate those things. Yeah. Celebrate those people. Connect with them. But if it doesn't, then don't lie to yourself and force yourself to do it, which I've done personally. I've gone, no, I'm a weed smoker, I'm a stoner. No, I do it once or twice a week now, and I go, this is like 4 or 5 hours, I'm not going to get anything done. I prepared myself, I'm going to be a lazy fuck.
So you've got to be in it for the right reason.
I'll be sat here in my dressing gown with a bowl of pasta, it's like, watching the fucking Charlie Sheen roast, just spooning shit into my mouth. But that's me. So like, you got to listen to yourself and be true to yourself and go, why it's not for me.
Yeah. Or
if it is for me, I want to know everything about it. Like I do that. We should do with food.
Do your research.
Like you do with food.
Do your research.
I like eating meat.
Yeah.
I'm going to research meat and processed meat against organic meat and wild game and find out what's best for me. Like, don't just dive head first without any knowledge. Just educate. And if you educated in school, you wouldn't have people who have to do these big researching and looking online. It would just be
because you don't get taught any of this.
No. And there's fantastic people all over the internet who have encyclopedic knowledge on drugs.
Yeah.
And they have their own podcast. I mean, Terence McKenna being like one, Alex Gray, the artist, and there's Psychedelic Salon, there's Psychedelic Press, and there's all these people. There's thousands of fucking people who know amazing things about drugs. Why don't they become fucking university lecturers? If we had a system where it was taught in schools and taught in universities and colleges, then those people could go and do that. But you also have like people making a fortune off self-confidence seminars.
Yeah.
And which are good. I'm all for it. And
I'm a bit skeptical.
Self-motivation seminars and all these things, and there's a lot of nonsense, but there's a lot of nonsense with everything.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of good in everything as well. And those people should be fucking teachers. They shouldn't be going to corporate boardrooms and giving a speech for whatever, how much money. They should be going to year 6 classes and teaching kids why they bully each other and why they go home crying because they don't feel self-worth and confidence, and all that's getting battered and bruised up in school, and then you're supposed to get spat at the end as a perfectly functioning adult.
Yeah.
That's why we all got neuroses and hate each other and hate ourselves and cry ourselves to fucking...
Like school is...
There's a lot of miserable people out there.
Like school is just like, it could be improved. The school system, I think, is... As it stands, is just like not really beneficial for real life.
It's a fucking shadow.
Yeah.
It's a shadow of what it should be, man. It really is. It's a loose framework of something that could be fucking amazing. Like, you imagine, like, as the current school system is built out of, like, a wire frame. It's rickety and there's holes in it and there's problems everywhere. It's not quite holding up. we could fucking fill those gaps with beautiful self-healing and educational knowledge that's going to just benefit millions of people, benefit everyone on the earth.
Like,
to stop getting in bar fights and to stop fucking putting racist comments on Twitter and to stop going to war and stop supporting war and to stop supporting.
In school, you don't get taught anything really that you need in real life. You get taught English, you get taught maths, you get taught algebra. I learned algebra at school. I've never once used algebra in my life. But
I'd love to have been taught compassion.
Yeah, get taught compassion, get taught tolerance of other races, get taught tolerance of other sexualities, tolerance of just minorities, like, because people come through the school system, especially like you come from a shitty town, I come from a shitty town. Like, everyone there's white, everyone's rough school. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, like, coming through those sort of systems, it doesn't educate the big world, the big bad world out there. It doesn't
at all. It gets you prepared for. It gets a few people prepared for university.
Yeah, like that.
And then it gets everyone else ready for manual labour and trade work.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's ridiculous to think that there are just two types of people.
Yeah.
Workers and thinkers.
That's
fucking ridiculous.
Vocational workers and academics.
Our school system is still working on. Well, it's British, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's everywhere else as well. British school system is built on the Victorian idea that there are workers and there are thinkers.
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking work. It doesn't work because there are painters, there are drawers, there are athletes, there are people who have qualities and skills and genius. I mean, everyone's genius at something. I maintain that. Like, there are people who have qualities and skills and genius that can't currently be put into a prospectus. Like, there are amazingly empathetic people. There are amazingly compassionate people, and there are people who are just really good at reading social situations, or really self-confident people, and that needs to be something that can be harnessed. Like what we're doing now. I think we're quite good at expressing our opinions and engaging people. Well, each other anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know how this is going to go down, but and that's why we found the platform to do that. But we're lucky to have grown up in the internet age. And maybe things are changing now. Maybe this is a catalyst to open up new platforms.
I think so. I think this is the first, like, kids that are growing up now. It's the first real generation, isn't it? Where it's like they've grew up with the internet. They've never not known the internet. Like when I remember, like, I didn't have internet in my house till I was like 20.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. So you're a bit younger than me. So I think I'm like the truly the last generation where I remember, like, not having internet. And I remember.
I think I can just about remember because I can just all I can think back is first computer. I remember being in a conservatory in where was it? It must have been Upfield in Sussex. I should know where it is. Well, I was only there till I was 4 or 5, so I think it's Sussex. And I had this memory of me at the computer once, and I shat my pants.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, as a kid, shat my pants and tried to hide it, and then I got in trouble. So that's why that memory stuck in my head. But I remember my dad being on the computer and watching him. I don't remember a lot of internet. And then when I was 5, I moved to Tunbridge in Kent, and then it was just internet from there on. I don't have a lot of memories of life. I can't fathom a world without internet.
Yeah, so like,
I can't understand it.
That's a certain, like, for me. Like,
I can't understand it. I can't feel it. Like, I can't.
Like, what am I, like 6 years older than you? So I'm not even that much older than you, but like I remember, like, growing up until at least maybe like 20. So like all of my, like, information that I got growing up was fucking, like, I didn't even have, like, digital till I was like 15 or something. So growing up, I was just like, the only information I got was from school.
This is what we're talking about.
And from, like, well, yeah, it was five channels. Like, the 5th channel came in, like, later on in, like, 98 or something.
Yeah.
But, like, for the most part, just 4 channels. and like I'd watch that and it'd just be like Channel 4 news, Channel 3 news, and like it's just what they wanted me to know. So like growing up, I was just completely blinkered to life.
Yeah.
And I grew up in a small town, which is a small town mentality.
Yeah.
It was like everyone was white. Like there was like one black kid in my school, I think.
Yeah.
So like everyone's white. Everyone's like.
Yeah, because I remember there was an an Indian or a Pakistani kid a year above me, and a black kid like 2 years below me. This is when I was like 9 or 10. But other than that, I had like no contact with other like. It's just like a dead end town. There's like lower middle class to working class families in the melting pot, and there's no diversity and there's no new information. I'd never like.
It's just like a really like
never fucking
stifling fucking repressive. Like,
yeah, I mean, I was lucky, man. I was lucky to have. I think I come from a middle class family. But I was lucky. They were very, very open-minded parents. Very lenient. Not lenient as in they were disciplined. They had their morals, their values, and cast them to me, which I think they've done really well. Personally, I think they've done really well. But they were very, very encouraging to me doing different things and open-minded to me doing whatever I wanted. And when they knew I was down the park, age 13, smoking weed, they were like, "Man, it's just something that's going to come up in his life. It's going to come up in his life, and the longer we like force it to stay away, like the longer we build a wall and a bubble around our kids, when it does come into life, that's going to fucking hit them hard." So it's okay that they're doing it now. It's okay that he's down the park smoking weed. It's okay that he's fucking around with his all over town causing havoc. Like, he's gonna learn from that shit, or he's gonna get punished, or he's gonna get something bad. He's gonna learn from life, and they're really like quite intelligent, my parents, I think. So I was lucky with that, but like
for me,
so maybe I had a leg up in the whole thing, which I really do appreciate, and I love my parents for that. But
for me, it was like growing up, it was more like just stifling, like because obviously a small town. All white people, really fucking like narrow. I've been like funneled like a narrow fucking view of the world through like 4 channels on TV, no internet, really cut off. It was like it's really like repressive. It's like, well, like did I say to you about the other day where you have like crabs in a bucket and there's one crab gets to the top and then the other crabs pull it down. That's basically what my town's like.
Because that's a lot of things. Because you get this that's like this lad culture. Like, I think it's detrimental to progress in a way. I mean, it's cool because it brung a few people together. So it's Facebook. Like they've got loads of people following, loads of people following Twitter, loads of people sharing ideas, which is good. But it's the whole point of standards. Like this is their standard of a lad, which is like a in between a boy and a man kind of thing. Like this like lad culture that's come around. This male ego kind of thing. It's everyone's different. You can't. It's basically the problem I have is it's a generalization. It's a standard. It's a general standard, and in life there's really no such thing. There's no such thing as a general standard because we vary so much. We vary so much because we've gone so specific on certain things and forgotten about other things. We've gone so specific on what we look like. We've gone so specific on body types and sexuality. We've gone so specific on race, but we've forgotten about loads of other things. Like you say, like levels of compassion and empathy, or our abilities to look within, or read each other, or learn. We've glossed and put a fog over all of that, and just gone specific on a few topics that have been chosen. That a generalisation is impossible because we're missing so much out.
Yeah.
If we could narrow down every single aspect of the human psyche, maybe then we can cast a generalised view, but it'd be so abstract, it'd be so huge and incomprehensible to us now. I still don't think it would be possible.
No.
Because it's just too complex. The human mind is fucking crazy.
Yeah, we could sit here and like study it like for fucking 100 years, and
Yeah.
we'd still not
Well,
like.
we have.
Yeah.
We've been studying it since the dawn of time.
Mm.
That's what we've been doing, and we
Still-
still
yeah.
haven't figured it out.
No.
We haven't figured it out. That's fucking too much, man. It's too much for us. It's not too much, as in I don't mean that as in it's overwhelming and I want to stop talking about it. I mean it's too much to have a general standard.
Yeah.
There's no such thing. That's just it's just a concept that capitalism. Well, this concept that organised society has brought into the human consciousness, I think, but it's too broad. It's too broad.
it's
Like,
too-
I can't tell what you're thinking,
Yeah.
so I can't
exactly.
generalise on what I think you're thinking.
Yeah.
I can't use that
Yeah.
as a.
I mean, there is like
fucking know
there's
what
obvious
fucking
signs.
know.
Like if I was like,
Yeah, but you
if
can
I was
lie,
if I was here like you'd know like oh he's like
Yeah, I could look at you right now, smile, and go, "I'm miserable."
yeah.
Like that's just for a stupid,
Yeah.
ridiculous example, but
Mm.
you know, you fucking don't. Sometimes you think like, I've been unhappy before, and I thought I'm not going to let anyone know I'm happy because you know I know my parents or loved ones will lose sleep over it or be worried about me, and I think I can deal with it myself. So I'm going to go around being really happy and smiling.
Mm.
And so everyone else, their view of life, their perspective is, oh yeah, Nick's happy, yeah, cool. But I've actually been like fucking upset about something.
Yeah, like there is that theory, isn't there? That there is no such thing as reality. It's just your perception of reality. So,
And there's so many views
yeah,
to that, like scientific views.
exactly.
Yeah.
And there's no such thing as a bad situation. Just your perception of it.
Fucking exactly, man. That's so true. Like, someone could say something to you, and you could either decide that that's said sarcastically, or you said, I reckon they meant this, and take away a really negative feeling from that. Then you can go, oh, they said this and that. I reckon they meant this, and take it's just your own decision.
Your own perception, or even if you do think it's like meant negatively, it's like what you take from it. You're just like, oh well, they're probably having a bad day, or like it's like oh if you just take it really personally, or it's just like it's what you get from it, isn't it? It's
yeah, it was. I got distracted by my own face, my face. Yeah, like
should we cut it there?
No, I'm enjoying
you want to keep going?
Imagine if this wasn't recording any voice, and it was just us doing this.
Yeah, I just like sat here for half an hour, just like miming.
I think well, it's 22 minutes. We'll go to 30.
Have you checked like how long you can go for on YouTube? Or
No.
You've not checked? So I heard it's 10 minutes, but it might not be.
It's not. It's fucking. There's things on YouTube. I've put things on. Before.
Yeah.
I've put on videos of like binaural beats to help me sleep or meditate.
Yeah.
Before I've gone to sleep, that are fucking 20 hours long. 20 fucking hours.
Yeah.
You can upload. I don't know. You can upload anything.
I think it depends on like what you're using. So if you're using a webcam, I think there is a limit to it. Like, I'm not sure.
No, it's just a file type.
Oh really?
It saves it as a WMA, Windows
okay.
Media, no, WMF or something. We do Windows Media file, and then you can download software. You can convert it to MP4. You can convert it to fucking whatever you want, AAC or.
Oh cool.
Yeah, it's fucking easy, man.
Oh god, I've got like.
And even if there was a problem, we could download some sort of software that can convert it, and fuck about it.
I'll be right then. Obviously, we're gonna edit this shit out.
Yeah.
Like we don't want that on the podcast.
I enjoyed it so far. It's really good fun.
Yeah,
it's good fun to just
That's why I wanted to stop it so we could have like a look back. And
yeah, it's kind of like the whole reason we want to do this, because we kind of like we go to the pub, have a few beers, and we have these kind of conversations, and we fucking enjoy every second of it. We talk a lot. We get the more drunk we get, the more shit we talk. Obviously,
that's true.
But then we go home, wake up in the morning, it's lost, it's gone.
Yeah,
it's gone. We might remember a few bits of it.
It needs documenting. It needs documenting.
I just think it's valuable for us, and I like to think, maybe that's my own ego, but I like to think it could be valuable for other people.
Yeah, and like, even if
if someone else thinks the way we do, they could then think they're not alone in the world, or they have it. Oh, I could learn from that, or they could fucking send us shit on Twitter. Comments, fucking new subjects, new articles,
that's what I was
new
about
videos.
To say. Like, even if people don't agree and they just think we're too fucking
tell us
weirdos.
What we're doing wrong. Tell us what we're doing right. Tell us new shit. I fucking want to know everything. There's nothing I don't want to know.
I'll just comment like what you think, like your perception of everything. Any points that you disagree with, points that you agree with. Like, as long as it's,
I want my brain to have as many perspectives coming out as fucking or going in as possible.
As long as it's constructive
That's
criticism.
all I want.
Not just like.
Yeah, no haters.
Yeah, just like.
Don't hate the players.
Yeah, as long as it's not like you're a twat.
Do I need to say more?
Yeah, just completely unconstructed.
Yeah, there will be people on YouTube who go, this guy be cunty. Like, yeah, fuck you. You can't even spell. You can't even formulate a sentence.
Like, if you're just gonna say you're a twat or something, then like it's just a bit pointless.
Hold it in.
Yeah.
Hold it in, and then shout it at your wife. Yeah, don't do that.
But don't beat her up.
Because that's domestic abuse, and that's not even funny. Because that's upsetting. I had a theory about for the next 5 minutes. The theory I had today. The theory, this is my theory. Theory. About religion. I was thinking about religion and ancient fucking civilizations and stuff, which I do all the time. I watch a lot of ancient aliens. And I was thinking, like, maybe imagine if they had this super advanced civilization 50,000 years ago or something. About 50,000. In the old age. This is super advanced. Maybe even hyperdimensional, maybe even sort of galactic, like fucking crazy advanced. And then a meteor hit the Earth, or the Earth switched on its axis, or an ice age, or some catastrophe wiped most of them out. And there's about 100,000 of them left of like a 20 billion civilization. Because we're like fucking 7 now, and we're growing. Right? Yeah. And there's still space. I don't know whether we should get any blood. I don't know. It's not the point. Imagine this big civilization, catastrophe wipes most of them out. There's a few of them left. No power, no energy source, no technology. Everything's just gone. Back to basics. Back to living in the fucking woods. And they exchanged stories in the only way they had possible. Because they didn't even have fucking pens. Like, imagine if pens had completely gone. Well, maybe they're pens, but they're just carving in fucking walls. Like we can see that's been what's been happening 20 to 25 to 30,000 years ago. People carving stories into walls. Imagine if they were like cautionary tales. They remembered. Imagine they remembered. I think back to like that Mitchell and Webb sketch. I don't know if you've seen it, where it's like a post-apocalyptic game show. And he's like, stay indoors. And he's like, the answer A, the event. B, the event, or C, like it's just a whole they're traumatized by this cataclysmic event that's happened, and that's how religions come. They want to formulate some kind of like concept and mind structure and perspection structure, so it didn't fucking happen again. Be nice, love thy neighbor, don't be jealous of other people, don't want more than you're fucking worth, or don't want what other people have, or don't steal from people, and these core values are like, that's where we went wrong. We rebuild humanity, but we need to stick to these fucking rules. And then fucking how many tens of thousands of years later, here we are, and we've got fucked up fundamental Christians, fundamental Jews, fundamental Muslims, and I'm not knocking any of them because I don't know a lot about it, and I'm fucking not.
There's something that's led them to that though. They haven't just.
But they're out there. Yeah. Fucking a lot of it's crazy. A lot of it's strayed away, and it's been corrupted. So corrupted. All of it's been fucking corrupted. By the Romans, by
everything's just propaganda.
Now the capitalists,
everything is propaganda.
Yeah.
Like
that's an interesting theory. Yeah.
Like a Muslim extremist, that they've been influenced by propaganda.
Lean back, they can't see me.
Extreme Christians, they've obviously been.
Yeah, and you check all religions seem to go back to the same fucking place anyway.
And like right-wing people, they've been corrupted by propaganda.
Yeah.
Like everyone's like corrupted, and there's no like truth, but just people's perception of it. So
exactly, it was aliens. Fucking ancient aliens. It was fascinating though. Anunnaki and all that. It's ancient Sumeria. It's told stories of crazy people coming out of the sky teaching them how to use a fucking plow. Pretty cool. But then, like, I think it was on a Joe Rogan podcast, name drop, who said like it was something. It came out somewhere. It came out somewhere that it was also these people came out.
There's plenty of other podcasts available.
Other podcasts available. Like the fucking Joey Diaz. He's pretty cool. Anyway. Anyway, yeah, so say people came out the sky. Was to say they didn't just fucking fly around from the other half of the planet. Well, if one half of the planet was really fucking dumb, the other half was super intelligent, they went, launch a spaceship and teach them a few things. Launch a plane. It's just a normal plane. Just launch a plane around and teaches people a few things. Possible. So they may not have come from space, or they might have come out the ground from Antarctica, like the Hollow Earth theory. Who knows? That's all for the first episode of. We haven't got a name. We have got a name. Two Stoned Apes.
Yeah, Two Stoned Apes.
Because I love Terence McKenna and the Stoned Ape theory. I think it's fucking brilliant. It's a nail on the head. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's not true. But it's the closest thing I've found to something that makes you feel like truth.
So if you also
Two Stoned Apes. That's
Two Stoned Apes is the name.
Because we're just dumb little fucking monkeys doing drugs and talking about our thoughts and feelings.
So, can I just
alcohol in the first episode today. I'm buying online.
Yeah.
Fucking psilocybin. What are they called? Psilocybin, something rather mushroom. You know the ceruleum or something. The crazy mushrooms that make you trip.
So anyway,
and I'm buying a little grow kit. So next episode might be on mushrooms.
Yeah.
We don't know yet.
Also, if
or at least marijuana.
If you agree with anything, if you disagree with anything, comment. Also, if you liked it, like it. If you didn't like it,
don't dislike it.
Don't dislike it because
do it. Put a thumbs down. I don't give a fuck.
You could. It might be a bit pointless, but you could. Like, there's not.
Every thumbs down is you sucking my dick.
Just think of that.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's not affecting my life. I'm doing this anyway. We'll be doing this in a pub anyway, so you're not going to stop us doing it.
Also, constructive criticism is welcome.
Any criticism is good criticism.
Unless it's like, oh, you're a twat or something.
Because I could say, well, from now on we don't listen to that arsehole.
I already know I'm a twat. I don't need you to tell me. So.
I'm wearing a James Dean t-shirt, and that's pretty douchey. Alright then.
Ciao
nice
for
one.
now.
Ciao for now. See you next week or tomorrow or whenever. We haven't really got a schedule. We haven't thought about anything really. We're just diving headfirst into a internet-shaped swimming pool. So I'll see you later. Goodbye.